Trash talk is starting to feel like just another fad, like
the knee to the ground.
Or talking about
what a crazy difference that calf kick has made in MMA.
Or
sanction cheating.
Thanks to its intertwined nature with pro wrestling, mental warfare has always been a part of the sport. Early examples like Ken Shamrock and Tito Ortiz always used these kind of goofy, rehearsed lines.
Because if you don't, I'm going to beat you into the living death.
And how can we forget the world-famous Dana is my bitch shirt? Michael Bisping and Chael Sonnen built the next generation of trash talk through the early 2000s and 2010s. They used their words to build a fan base and promote their fights, and laid the groundwork for the modern press conference. Make sure you get your lines in. The McGregor era completely recontextualized the purpose and importance of trash talk. McGregor showed that actual long-term Sun Tzu Art of War type mental warfare could actually be a viable tactic, as he ruined Jose Aldo over the course of a year. Conor had been calling out Aldo ever since his win over Dennis Seaver, the GOAT. The World Tour took place from March 20th to March 31st, with a press conference pretty much every other day. They were supposed to fight in mid-July, but it got postponed until December. And this just gave McGregor even more time to get into Jose Aldo's head. So by the time we got to the fight, his anger caused him to lash out and deviate from the game plan. McGregor's success against Aldo and later Eddie Alvarez made trash talk seem like the new next big thing, a cheat code, working smarter, not harder. So then we started seeing others using McGregor-esque tactics. Kevin Lee talking about Michael Chiesa's mom. Colby using trash talk to save his career. Suddenly, every schmuck thought they could show up wearing a pair of glasses indoors and jumpstart their career.
Hey, Dijak, take those stupid sunglasses off. We're inside.
More recently, social media has completely changed the way we interact with fighters. Direct lines of communication allows for their personality to really shine through. For example, I, like many, used to hate Merab Dvalishvili, but stumbling upon his Instagram page made me turn the corner. His skits are pretty funny and he seems like a good dude. In my opinion, the different eras of trash talk were all defined by the types of media that were used, and different ways that fighters could get their message across. Trash talk in interviews, social media, and press conferences is all very different. For example, Sean O'Malley's social media game is very good. He's good in sterile environments. But when you put him out in front of the bright lights of a UFC press conference, he just seems awkward. And that's a stark contrast to McGregor, who needs a crowd and an atmosphere to do his best work. There's a real supply and demand problem with trash talk. Its abundance has made it mean less and less. The crazy frequency has basically made it redundant. As trash talk increases, so does the need for strong emotional control. Losing your mind after someone says something, like Aldo or Chiesa, can leave you vulnerable. Acknowledging this makes trash talk even less valuable. The mental aspects of McGregor's game didn't work against Diaz, Khabib, and Poirier because they were all pretty mature. Poirier was particularly strong in the third fight where Conor suddenly became mean again. He'd already been through karate stance Conor at the height of his powers and nice guy Conor, so it was obvious that it was just an act. The future of trash talk seems pretty bleak. Even if there wasn't an overexposure problem, we haven't gotten a grade A talker in a while. Seems like we get one somewhere around every 5 to 10 years. Here's a graph. Oh, wrong one. Here's that graph on the impact of trash talk. Goes something like this. Peaks and valleys, my friends. Looking at the current roster, Israel Adesanya, Ian Gary, and Sean O'Malley are all pretty lackluster talkers.
I'll touch him enough times, and eventually he'll crumble like the Twin Towers.
The biggest current stars don't even really need it. To a certain degree, aura has replaced trash talk. Alex Pereira, Max Holloway, and Charles Oliveira all coast on primarily vibes. The closest thing we do have to a good trash talker is Sean Strickland. The guy's fighting style isn't the most entertaining, so he became a star almost entirely through his personality. But as was shown by Dricus du Plessis and discussed earlier, he's also mentally vulnerable, something we didn't see in McGregor or Chael. He can dish it out, but he can't seem to take it. So I wouldn't quite put him on their level. I think that fighters really need to rethink trash talk and how much they focus on it. Some guys can get away with it, like Manel Kape is great, but there's always going to be a language barrier, which also detracts from it. I guess some people are just better suited to it than others. Make trash talk cool again. If you enjoyed the video, a like, comment, or subscribe would go a long way. Thanks for watching, and have a good time.